By popular demand, here is a My Froggy Stuff mashup to help some of our new Fabsome besties find some of our favorite videos. We have gathered some of our classic videos around a Fabsome theme. Today, the theme is the pool! With summer right around the corner, our dolls need to get ready, and we have several different pool options to choose from. So to our new Fabsome besties, we hope you enjoy some of our Goldie Oldies, and to our longtime besties, oh, the memories. I am going to make a pool for a doll using cardboard, scrapbook paper, and glue. I start by cutting a piece of cardboard that will be the size of my pool and a small surrounding deck. Using a glue stick, I glue scrapbook paper onto the cardboard that looks like water. Cut several strips of cardboard. Begin stacking and gluing the cardboard around the scrapbook paper. On a side note, this project requires a lot of cardboard. So, in order to keep my costs down and to be green, I decided to go to a large super discount center, like a Walmart, and ask for their recycled or used shipping boxes. And they were more than happy to give me them free of charge. So that might help. And cardboard can give a pretty unpleasant paper cut, speaking from experience. So you have been warned. Be careful. After stacking the cardboard 5 layers high, I begin covering the exposed cardboard with scrapbook paper. Once the basic design for the pool has been completed, it's time to add a few fun details. I cut a quarter circle out of a piece of cardboard, cover it with scrapbook paper, take a plastic hanger, remove the top hook, glue buttons onto the ends, glue the lower end onto the cardboard to make a detachable rail and step. Cut printed felt to make a beach towel. Add a few chairs from our doll beach chair and patio chair video. To make the chair for a larger doll, like an 18-inch, I use jumbo popsicle sticks. Remove the end. Cut another one slightly shorter. Repeat until I have 2 sets. Then stack and glue them together to make a larger popsicle stick. And to make an extra large popsicle stick with a flat end, I glue 3 of the pieces together, trim the thinner end, glue on the 4th piece, then trim it to match. After making 2 extra long popsicle sticks with a rounded end and 2 with a flat end, then continue with the instructions from the video. And I add another popsicle stick to the back to give it a little more support. The rings of a stackable baby toy can be used as inner tubes. A foam or bouncy ball can be used as a beach ball. Take a floaty from the dollar store, carefully trim it so that only the 2 inflatable pieces remain, lightly inflate it to be an inflatable raft. Glue together scrap pieces of cardboard, cover it in a larger piece of cardboard, cover it with scrapbook paper, glue silk or dried plants inside, fill it in with a few rocks to make a plant. And you're done.
Happy crafting!
After making our doll horse trough, we thought it would be fun to add a water effect to our doll pool design. Using cardboard, clear plastic from packaging, scrapbook paper, artificial plants, felt, a marker, fabric, gym socks, printables from our blog, a clear drying glue like Mod Podge, and glue. I start by cutting and stack layers of cardboard. This time we made it thick enough for the doll's feet to hang over the edge. Sketch out a design for the pool, cut it out, trace the cutout onto the next layer, Continue cutting them out, stopping just before the last one. Remove the cut layers, glue down a scrapbook paper or printable that looks like water. Begin gluing the layers on top using printable scrapbook paper from our blog. I begin to cover the sides. I covered the inside with a small tile, used a larger one on top. I set my printer to print 2 per page to reduce the size of the tiles. We cut them out, then glued them around the pool, followed by a line of the small tiles to define the edge of the pool. Cut strips of cardboard, glue 2 together, cover them with water scrapbook paper, glue them inside the pool, cut clear plastic from packaging to fit inside and rest on the edge of the blue cardboard. Cut out a notch so the doll can fit inside. Swirl on a clear drying glue like Mod Podge, allow it to dry, then lay it inside to be the surface of the water. We chose to make more than one so they can be switched out for when they are in the pool and when they are not. To use the leftover cardboard, cut cardboard to fit the sides of the pool. Cut thin strips that are thinner than the side. Glue a few together to make an L. Trim the cardboard to fit around the L. Cover the pieces with paper. Begin gluing the pieces together. Glue on thin strips for support underneath before closing it up. Make small holes in the top of the box to hold artificial plants. Cut a rectangle of recycled paperboard. Fold in the sides. Paint it. Use the clear plastic to make a thin strip of water. Fold it over and crease it at the edge. Then lay it over the side for a modern waterfall. To make the water for the waterfall a little more visible, we rub a marker on a plastic surface, mix in a little Mod Podge, then paint it over the clear plastic to give it a bluish tint and complete our corner wall unit. Make another one that's a little wider with a higher backside. Cut another L-shaped piece of cardboard that can fit inside. Cover with a few layers of felt, then cover with fabric, gluing the fabric underneath. Place it into the corner unit. Add a few pillows to give the dolls a place to sit. Cut strips of cardboard, cover them with paper, glue them together. Wrap the outside with another piece of paper to cover the seams to make small tables. Flip inside out and cut gym socks for towels. We place it in the backyard that we made for our doll soccer field video, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a swimsuit for a doll using fabric, ribbon, pins, a needle and thread, scratch pieces of paper, a sewing machine, and Velcro. Using ideas from our custom Sailor Moon video, I start by drawing a triangle on a piece of scratch paper. Cut it out, leaving a little around the edge for a seam allowance. Place it on fabric to use as a pattern. Pin it to the fabric. Carefully cut it out. I am going to need 4 triangles, so I first cut 2 out of my main fabric, then 2 more out of a thinner coordinating fabric. Cut a long thin strip of fabric for the straps and another strip to go under the bust. Take the fabric for the straps, lay it good side facing down, then fold over the edges, iron it flat, fold again, and iron. Using a needle and thread or a sewing machine, sew a straight line all the way down, cut the strap in half, lay the triangles with the good side facing up, place the straps on top, followed by the other set of triangles. Use a quick stitch with a needle and thread to hold the strap in place, then sew along the 2 sides of the triangle. Turn them right side out, lay it on the doll to see how it should be placed. I make a quick stitch so I don't lose my place. Take the other strip of material, lay it on top, sew a straight line across, fold it over and iron flat, creating a clean edge along the top. Flip it over, fold the bottom up 1, then another and iron flat. Sew across the top edge, sew across the ends, then tie it on to finish the top, or pin and sew on Velcro. Slide the straps underneath, pin them in place, then sew and trim off the excess to make a top that is easy to put on. Now, cut 2 rectangles of fabric that can fit around the doll's leg. Lay it good side to good side, draw a long J shape at one end, sew on the line drawn, trim off the excess, and I like to finish my edges with a zigzag stitch to keep them neat. Lay it flat, cut another piece of fabric that is the same length, and with the good side to good side, line up the top edge, sew a straight line, flip it so the good side is facing down, fold over the sides and sew them down, then fold over the top and do it again. Iron flat, then open, lay a long piece of ribbon inside, then fold it over, making sure the ribbon is at the top of the crease, sew a straight line all the way across, being careful not to hit the ribbon. Fold up the bottom to hem on the front, sew on ribbon for detail, try it on the doll inside out, sketch out a J shape under the waistband. With the good side on the inside, I fold the fabric over, then sew on the line drawn. Trim off the excess and clean the edge, then open them up, matching up the center seams. Sew a line straight across, flip them right side out, place it on the doll and pull the drawstring, tie it in a bow to make a bathing suit for swimming, surfing, or hanging out around the pool. Make it smaller and use ribbon for the straps. Make a simpler top by cutting a rectangle, hem both sides, sew Velcro to the ends, pinch, and sew the center to gather the top. Make the shorts longer to fit the guys, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
I am going to make a life jacket for a doll using craft foam, ribbon, jump rings, and glue. Using a doll as a guide, I start by folding over a piece of craft foam that stops at about her waist. Placing the doll on the fold, I cut the craft foam slightly wider than the doll. Measure, mark, and cut out a notch for the arms. Open it up. Cut a line up the center, stopping at the fold. Cut out a rounded V-neck. I am choosing to round off my edges. Try it on the doll to see if it's a good fit. I mark where I want the ribbon to go. Slide 2 jump rings over the end of a ribbon. Add a small amount of glue past the jump rings. Fold the ribbon over to close them in a loop of ribbon. I cut a small amount of ribbon so I can glue it to the front of the jacket, wrap it around the side, and glue it behind. I glue another piece of ribbon on the opposite side and cut it, leaving a little extra. I make 2 more long ribbons with jump rings on one end, glue them on the marked points, refold the life jacket, cut small strips of ribbon, glue them above, in between, and below the long strips of ribbon, making sure the long strips are not glued down. Turning it over, I continue to glue the strips all the way around to the other side. Place the life jacket onto the doll, pull, and lace the ribbons through the jump rings. Trim off some of the excess ribbon, but leave enough so it can be retied later. Push the tail end of the ribbon through the loops, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
going to make a poolside chair or chase lounge using skinny sticks, popsicle sticks, and glue. I start by cutting one end off of popsicle sticks so they can be glued together to make them longer. Take two and glue a skinny stick or popsicle stick across the top to connect them. Continue until it's the length of the doll while sitting. Glue on two popsicle sticks at an angle, glue more going across. Cut popsicle sticks into small pieces. I glue them underneath to make legs for a simple pool chair. Now let's make some cushions using fabric and felt. Cut 2 layers of felt to fit the chairs. Cut a rectangle of fabric around the felt. Cut 2. Sew them together using a straight stitch, leaving an opening on the side so it can be turned inside out and the felt can be placed inside. Sew the opening closed. Place it on the chair to find the bend. Mark it with chalk. Sew on the line drawn to make a comfy cushion. And you're done.
Happy crafting!
Is a quick craft. I am going to make a slip and slide for a doll using recycled shopping bags, recycled bubble wrap, and tape. For a simple slip and slide, all we need is a colored shopping bag and a pair of scissors. Then neatly fold the shopping bag a few times, cut out the center, open it up and lay flat, cut along one of the edges to make a long rectangle for a basic slip and slide. Now let's take it a step further. Fold and cut another shopping bag, and if I was having a difficult time finding colored shopping bags, then plastic tablecloths could work as well. I cut the plastic into strips, open them up, and cut the end just as before. Tape them to the side to give the slip and slide more color. Cut strips of recycled bubble wrap on the smooth side, tape them together. Then roll it. And I just roll it in small sections, applying tape as I go to secure it, then moving down to roll the next spot, continuing until it is completely rolled, making a long tube. Place it on the plastic, then wrap it around and use tape to secure it. Tape it around the edge of the yellow plastic to give it a border. I can even tape some of the extra onto the entrance to make an archway. Then add the water hose from our garden supply video, and you're done.
Happy crafting!
Going to make a kiddie pool for a doll using an oat milk container, scrapbook paper, acrylic paint, Mod Podge, clear plastic, stickers, a cereal box, plastic bag, bubble wrap, tape, and glue. I start by cutting the oat milk container down to size. Paint the inside walls. Paint the edge a coordinating color if you like. Use the leftover oat milk container to trace on a waterprint scrapbook paper. And I traced on the inside to make sure it will fit. Use glue to hold it in place. Cut a strip of scrapbook paper, glue it around the edge. Trace the inside of the container on a piece of plastic using a dry erase marker. Draw a few tabs out to the side. Cut it out. Wipe off the marker. Fold down the tabs, cut out a small notch to fit the doll's waist, swirl on a layer of gloss Mod Podge to make a simple kiddie pool. So far we've used a small and large oat milk container, but what if we would like to make one bigger? We can use a hat box from the craft store. And if you can't find the perfect paper, you can always use stickers to get the look that you want. Cut a plastic bag to get 2 small rectangles. Cut a piece of bubble wrap, place it in the center, wrap the plastic over it, use tape to secure, wrap it around the doll's arm to measure, trim off the excess leaving enough to overlap. Tape the ends closed, add a piece of tape to the end with the sticky side facing up, then overlap the edges and use the tape to secure in place. Repeat to make 2 to make a pair of arm floaties. Glue some of the leftover tube onto a cereal box, trim off the excess, cover the inside with a brick or stone scrapbook paper, add a ring from a larger oat milk container, cut a circle out of a cereal box, cover with paper, then glue them in place. Fill it with cut pieces of craft foam, add a flameless tea candle to make a fire pit. Glue scrapbook paper onto foam board for an instant yard so the dolls have somewhere to enjoy a sunny afternoon. And you're done.
Happy crafting!
Joining us for my Froggy Stuff mashup, and let us know what mashup you would like to see in the comments down below. And we'll see you next time. Bye!